Can you hear that? Hello, it's Friday again. Can you hear that? That's what I hear on a daily basis because I live in the southeast of England. So we have a lot of seagulls and various birds around. They're very lovely and sometimes they're quite loud. It's a Friday again. Do you have any plan for this weekend? I've had a really busy week. In today's chit chat, I would like to share what I heard recently over the week, and I thought it's quite interesting. So I would like to share with everybody. So when the other day, actually, when I walked past a neighbor's house, all of a sudden she opened the window and then she shouted, "He got pay." Yes, that's what she said. He got pay. Yes, he got paid. Such a big news and congratulations. So what happened? Bless this young fella. My neighbor has retired. It's a lovely lady. Her son recently just started a new job not long ago. However, for some reason, during his probation, he didn't really get his salary until recently, apparently. So his life had been quite difficult. In the way I heard from his mom, obviously my neighbor, changed job and his previous relationship when sick, very sick, admitted to hospital, moving out where he used to live, shifting couches, sofa surfing here and there, changing places to live to save money, search for a new job. Unfortunately, at this point, I think he's getting better and better. All I want to say apart from obviously congratulations, he finally gets paid, and his mom now is feeling really relieved. Apart from that, I would like to share what I see is I think everybody has something that we find it really difficult to share with other people or let people know. Maybe I shouldn't say everybody because that sounds a bit like I'm labeling negative stuff over everyone. So let me say it again. I think a lot of us, when we have some kind of pressure or something quite difficult in life, a lot of us tend to not say or tell anyone. So I remember the very, very last day of my hypnotherapy training, and learning in my learning group, a friend from my group, she shared in her presentation, she told everybody about therapy. As a therapist, what you see everybody from outside, and when the people come into your door to do the therapy with you, they become another person, could be completely different from how they look or what you see outside, what you hear or what you see from outside. This is neither negative nor positive. It's just a fact. We all at some point want to keep something for ourselves, shall we say. So therefore, but then on the other hand, we quite often maybe not judge, but we gauge whether we see, okay, this person is doing well or not. We often also only do from outside. And so, for example, like the neighbor's son. So from outside, he may look, young, energetic, in the sense not like young. Compared to me, he's younger than me. I call him young, not like I'm already in my 80s. In a way, he's not like old yet. So I think he's probably in his late 20s, early 30s. Anyway, so everybody from outside, when you try to not measure as such, but when you see somebody, could be from your work, could be from school, and we often just assume that everybody, if that person doesn't show signs like being sad, being angry, being depressed, then that should be okay, right? Or even if that person is making fun of something or joking about himself or herself, often we assume that person is fine. But from a therapist point of view, in actual fact, this is not really always the case. Quite often, you see many people look fine outside. In actual fact, what's inside their mind, they might be experiencing something really, really they find it extremely hard to let people know. Just like the neighbor's son, in his situation, he could well be very, very, very stressed, looking for somewhere to settle. And he didn't really have a static place to live. So he traveled between friends and moms here and there places. Also got really stressed about money. He was just started a new job. He was waiting for getting paid. So all that from outside, he may present himself as a fine person. However, inside he could be having such a big storm. So in this situation, it could be any of us. It could be any of us. So what can I say? I think the true support is sometimes obviously we can be too nosy, but sometimes a quick "how are you" and what's going on, even that person might not say anything about the true challenge that person is facing at the moment. At least we give a bit warmth, our support. Never really assume everybody around us, they look fine, they are really fine, because often it's not the case. Right, so today's chit chat is that, and hopefully you will have a really, really great weekend. Right, see you next time. Bye.